Hello everyone, in this video we'll take a look at the Aurzen Boom 3 projector. The company was kind enough to send me this projector for review, so I do want to thank that team for providing me with this. That being said, my comments and thoughts are all my own. Aurzen has not directed me or influenced me in any way, so I will be completely straightforward with my thoughts and experience with this projector. The Aurzen Boom 3 is a budget projector regularly priced at $499.99. It can be purchased directly from the manufacturer website or on Amazon. I'll start with an unboxing of the projector, but if you want to skip the unboxing, check the chapter markers on the video timeline to skip ahead. Inside the box is the user manual, some warranty paperwork, basic information about the projector, quick start information, the remote, the power cord, an HDMI cable, and the projector itself. A few highlights of the Boom 3. It's a native 1080p projector. It can support HDR10. It weighs in at 5.5 pounds and measures 8.9 inches by 8.3 inches by 6.1 inches. It runs Android TV, so no external streaming device is necessary. It has autofocus and zoom and a 6-point manual keystone correction to dial the picture in. If you do use keystone, be mindful that it will impact picture quality, so whatever projector you're on, use keystone sparingly. Removing the back here, the Boom 3 is equipped with 4 speakers delivering 36 watts of sound. There are also 2 bass radiators, one inside the unit and the other between the 2 lower speakers. On the Boom 3 is a power button, an IR sensor, 2 HDMI ports, 2 USB ports, an audio jack, and the power input. On the remote are shortcut buttons to Netflix, YouTube, and Prime Video. There is a volume button, home button, the menu button, a back button, 2 picture adjustments on either side of the input source button, a mute button, a power button, down, up, left, right, and an OK button. There was a quick setup when I turned on the unit for the first time that I did not capture, but highlights of that were pairing the remote to the projector, selecting a language, and setting up the network. It will automatically focus and try to adjust itself to the viewing surface. I did not completely size the picture to my 120-inch projector screen. That's because I wanted to position the projector a little closer to the screen for this review. The Boom 3 produces 500 ANSI lumens from an LED light source, so I wanted to get as much out of its output by projecting onto a smaller surface area. This scene from Our Planet 2 is super bright in a completely dark room. The light output of this projector is just fine. And here is a look at a few light scenarios. Regarding fan noise, the noise floor in my home theater with nothing on is 34.8 dB, so that is the baseline for my home theater. At roughly 4 inches from the projector, I'm getting a reading of 49.6 dB. At 3 feet away, I got a reading of 41.8 dB. And at 6 feet, I got a reading of 39.6 dB. which is on par with a quiet office or library. On the home screen is Netflix, YouTube, Prime Video, YouTube Kids, Settings. My Apps will allow you to manage your apps. Open Browser will allow you access to the internet. Screencast Assistance will allow you to cast a compatible device. Resource Manager will allow you access through the USB connection. And the App Store. A brief dive into the settings. You can set up network and Bluetooth connections, manage your inputs. In the picture settings, there are a number of selections that will allow you to make adjustments to the audio settings or make manual picture adjustments. Auto keystone correction, manual keystone correction, image zoom, keystone correction settings, auto focus, focus settings, and projection mode. In display and sound, there are the various video modes. Standard. Only user mode allows for adjustments to brightness, contrast, saturation, and sharpness. Noise reduction and color temperature are available for all modes. Cinema, Sport, Vivid, and back to Standard. We're going to stay in standard mode for this review. There are various sound modes. Standard, Vivid, Movies, Music, News, and Sport. Again, I'll stay in Standard. Sound output, I'll stay in auto, but you can set it to PCM, Dolby Digital, or Dolby Digital Plus, and there is a dialogue enhancement mode. Auto volume to smooth out any sudden volume changes, and the tone as you scroll and make selections can be turned off or on. Some system information and basic management, and some privacy settings and general information. The Boom 3 will recognize and accept a 4K signal, but it will only display in its native resolution of 1920 by 1080. It also recognizes HDR10. That being said, the picture is dramatically better in SDR versus HDR. In addition to that, in every case, I prefer 1080p content over 4K content. My recommendation with this projector, stay in SDR and content no higher than 1080p. That is where this projector performs best. With those settings relative to other budget projectors, the picture quality on the Boom 3 is among the best I've seen around this price point. Don't expect Sony JVC or Epson level picture quality. That's a whole other category of projector that no budget projector can achieve. Black levels and contrast are pretty on par with other budget projectors. I didn't find enough separation in performance to call out any major differences. I like this scene because it's super bright and vibrant. The green really pops, and a close-up on her face should show a lot of subtle color and detail. I'll look at some live sports, plenty bright and lively in a dark room. This is a look at 1080p SDR versus 4K HDR. The top image is a much more pleasing picture. It's brighter, colors look much better, and it ironically looks sharper. Fast motion to help with image blur, this projector uses MEMC, or motion estimation motion compensation. In some instances, I did notice a little blur, but that was pretty much on par with other projectors in this price range. Nothing I was overly bothered by. The audio on this projector is a highlight. I found it was plenty audible. I could hear it without issue anywhere in my home theater. I was very impressed with just how much audio output this projector was capable of. The quality of the audio, relatively speaking, is also impressive. The best I've heard on a projector. The audio output is not thin or weak, but much fuller than I expected. There was detail there and a very nice sounding bottom end. I was watching some football on it with sports, especially college football. There are all kinds of sounds all over the place. The crowd, the commentators, the band, the action on the field. I was very impressed with how this sounded. In the budget projector space, I think the Aurzen Boom 3 is a good projector. At $500, it's priced just about right for its performance and features. For the money, you get a surprisingly good image, a long-lasting, no-maintenance LED light source, a very impressive and full-sounding built-in audio system, some flexibility with the picture settings, and a lightweight unit that you can easily go portable with. So that's the Aurzen Boom 3 projector. If you have any questions or comments, leave them in the comment section below.